A very good morning. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how was the day?
Today, it has just started, so I woke up like half an hour before. So, yeah, it has just started for me. How has your day been? How has your morning been? Productive or not?
Yeah, the day has just started now, right?
Hmm.
So I read for half an hour before
Okay.
the session. So
Okay.
now I am ready for the session. And is it the first session for the day for you?
Yes. Yes. It is my first session. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, yeah, pleased to meet you. I think we have met before, but the class was, I think, quite long back.
Yes, it is our second session together.
Right, right. Okay, so today's session is all about early retirement. So I think we
Yes.
can discuss this morning on a productive note about how to manage our finances and how we can get an early retirement. Okay, so when it comes to like how can we take early retirement according to you? Do you have any ideas?
Sure. And if you save your earnings and for your future and for your health and for your family, if if you earn more money, then you can easily retire and you can look into your family and you can spend time with your spouses and your children, and you
Hmm.
can visit temples also, and you can go to tours if you are
Yeah,
healthy.
right,
And if you take early retirement, and obviously you will be healthy, so you
right.
can go to try, you can enjoy the traveling, and
Hmm.
you can visit throughout India.
Absolutely. So you said that you should save as much as possible. Now,
Yes.
how can this saving be a little wise? Like, of course, we have to meet our finances, the daily requirement that we have. So in that way, we have to spend somewhere, right? But yeah, how can these financial goals be met whilst saving as well?
uh, you have to from your salary, and you have to put 30% or 40% of your salary, how to put in a savings mode, like investing in mutual funds, or putting in FDs, fixed deposits.
Right.
Fixed deposits are what we call, they are very protective, and 100% assurance from banks, and you don't get any
Absolutely.
trouble. And
Hmm.
comparing with market risks, and when you invest in a stock market, and there will be fluctuations, right? But
Right.
coming to FD, and they will give you a less interest rate, but that is
Hmm.
very safe and secure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that was
So investing in FTs is one of the ways that you're saying, right? And making sure that we're taking out at least 30 to 40% of the income. Yeah.
yes.
So yeah, it's a great way to, I think, begin and think of this concept. So before you proceed ahead with the session, I'm sure you must have gone through the words like debt, investments, credit, or fluctuation,
Yes.
right? So I would ask you to just make a quick sentence using this word, please.
Which one? Debt.
Debt. Yeah, the first one, debt first.
Amount of money that we owe to someone.
Hmm.
So
Let's say
you
I
want?
ask you,
Yeah. Mm.
let me ask you a question. So, um, what can prevent us from saving enough amount? How will you answer? Try to use this word.
Hmm. Sorry, I didn't get the question. Come again.
What can prevent us from saving our desired financial goals?
So if you give to your near ones debt, and when you need, and you can take back from them.
Right. But if you give debt or if you are in debt.
Um, if you are in debt, how you will manage? You should
Right.
give debt to others.
Absolutely. So, yeah, you should not give debt. See,
You,
debt
yeah.
is the amount of money that we owe to someone.
We
So, debt is the amount that we are supposed to give to someone. If
okay.
somebody else is giving us money, so he is actually, we would say, crediting. He is actually
Crediting.
giving us, yeah, he is giving us a credit, not a debt.
Okay.
We are receiving debt, the other person gives credit.
Okay, we are giving money to others, so we are giving credit to them.
Absolutely, we would say that I am, because if you see, whenever your salary gets deposited, so we receive the that so and so
Credit,
amount is credited into your
credited in
bank.
your account. Yes,
Right, right. So giving is crediting, and
taking
when
is
you
debt.
owe
Debt,
someone, right, like when you have to give someone back, so that is debt.
debt. Yes.
Okay, right. So yeah, okay, let's try and use investment. So apart from FDs, what kind of investment plans can one plan to retire early?
Hmm. Buying land.
Okay.
In day by day, land rates are improving, and
Mhm.
if you buy land now, and after 5 years or after 10 years, and it will triple or fourfold.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Quadruple.
quadruple,
Actually. Okay.
quadruple,
Right.
quadruple. So that is one way. That is one of the ways of investment.
Okay, so this sentence which you said, so this is one of the ways of investment. Actually, if you say this in the beginning, it would be much more organized. So I
Oh,
said that what can be other ways to invest, right? So you can say something like in the beginning, don't try to, don't give the main content right away to the listener. Okay.
okay,
If you try and have a flow towards it, like if you begin that the kind of the other investment plans could be, and then when you mention, so this is how you're creating a flow for me as a listener. Okay,
okay,
so that somewhere improves the organization and content. Okay. Okay, so if someone invests in stock market, I'm looking at the next word, which is fluctuation. Okay, I would want you
yes.
to use this word in this question. So when someone invests in the stock market, so how can they avoid risks?
Hmm. First of all, when if we are putting money in stock market, and we have to study about the stock market, and we have to know about the risks, and we have to learn the rules and subject of the stock market. And if you learn something, and if you put in a good company, and you can get returns. But if you put money in stock market blindly, and you may or you may not get money back.
Right.
So that is the biggest risk, and you have to uh, learn what are the things going in stock market, and which companies are giving back, and which companies are going down, and there will be fluctuations in stock market. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, you have to take suggestions from economical specialists. We have specialists, right? So we can take suggestions from them, and if you are happy with the suggestion, and if you are what we call if you feel safe with that suggestion, and you can put your money into stock market. Otherwise, don't put your money blindly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let's look at the next word, which is inflation. So currently, the economy is under inflation, right? So can try and use this and just talk about economy a little, and still how can money be saved?
Mhm. Inflation is nothing but the rate of increase of something, right? Mostly prices of articles and
Yeah.
other
So
items.
these days, the income standards are not rising, right? But the prices of the commodities, it's rising. So like it's exceeding the budget that whatever we set, right? So
Yes.
it exceeds by approximately 20 to 30% very easily, right? So yeah,
Day by day, one of the biggest reasons are day by day the dollar rate is increasing, and the
absolutely
rate of rupee is what we call
is
um,
decreasing.
decreasing.
Yeah, and not the rate of rupee. I think the power of rupee
Power of
against
rupee.
dollar, we can say, right?
Yes. But when
Okay.
we are in our childhood, and I heard that one rupee or 50 rupees or 40 rupees is equal to $1. Now it became
Yeah,
80 or
it's
82
more
rupees
than
equal,
double. Yeah,
more than double.
yeah,
So in
yeah,
future also we can expect.
absolutely. Okay, so yeah, this is the like I wanted you to use this word, but you know the concept, but I'm not going to ask you to do it. Before we proceed ahead with the question, I would like to emphasize on one point which I shared earlier, which was about organization. So this is something that we call as the concept of coherence in English. Okay, if I ask you, let's say, a simple question, how was your day yesterday? So your reply probably would be, it was good, right? Or it was hectic. So this is how we usually reply. This is fine, but this is, we have to understand that this is very short and this is just one word reply,
Yes.
right? So you can say that, as I had, like, let's say it was hectic. So you can try and build context for it, and you can try and add more meaning to this. You can say something like, as I'm working in so and so field, so I had to put up a lot of meetings yesterday, and because of that, it was extremely hectic. Now, instead of one sentence, we have spoken at least three sentences,
Yes.
right? And the main answer, which was hectic, I placed that towards the end, right? Or because yesterday was Sunday, we can also say something like, so being a working individual, yesterday being a holiday, so I got to spend some time with family. It was a good day for me, right? So this is how we can try and build our response.
So we have to prolong our sentences, not closing with one word or not closing with one sentence. We have to
Yeah,
prolong the sentences, right?
that is one of the case. Also, the main answer, don't reveal that in the very beginning. Okay. Like instead of saying it was good in the beginning, we're trying to have a flow towards it, and we're trying to first explain that why it was good, or why it was hectic, or why it was bad. We will try to explain that first, right? So you can try and use the question statement to do that. Okay, but the questions which I'm going to ask you now, try not to give the answer right away, basically. Okay. So could you please tell me some of the reasons why people are opting to retire early these days?
People are, when they are in job and when they are doing job, and they spend most of the time in office, and they spend most of the time in office, so they may not spend much time with family and their children. So when it comes to when they take early retirement, they can spend time with their near ones and their family and their children. So that is the biggest reason why they are planning about early retirement.
Good, good. Yeah, the answer was good. It was organized as well, and not like one word sentence or one line sentence. Good. Okay, so do you think it is possible to not work even if you are healthy?
Um, it is, it is depends on individual. Why?
It
Because
depend, or
uh,
it depends on.
it depends on.
It depends on. Yeah,
It depends on individual. Why?
continue.
Because if you are healthy, and uh, if you didn't meet your economical goals, and you can go for work, and you can earn some more money.
Hmm.
And if you already met your economical goals and
If you
already,
already met, or if you have already met.
if you have already met,
Yes.
if you have already met your economical goals are, so you can take early retirement, and
Hmm.
when you are healthy, and you can enjoy more with your family, and you can go to traveling, and you can visit more places as much as you can.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's all about the economical goals that you have met or not, and also I think the kind of economy that we live in. So can you try and use that inflation word in this, and talk about economy perspective?
Sure. uh, Many nowadays, many people are saving their money in banks. There some are, few people are not buying lands and not buying gold, and they are not investing what we call stock market also.
In
They're
stock
say
market.
in stock market, just they're saving money. So in
Hmm.
future there will be inflation, so the money rate will decrease, so they
Hmm.
have to plan. So they have to take land, or they have to take gold, or they have to invest in mutual funds or FDs.
Yeah. So this, for like, if we are living in such an economy where there is inflation, so the question was that, is it possible to not work even if you're healthy? So I don't think we have a choice then, right? We have to
Yes.
work somewhere.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think is the advantage of this early retirement?
As I told you earlier, we have advantages of, spending a life with our near ones, our
Hmm.
spouse, and we have, we can attend many functions. When you are in job,
No,
You may
don't say
not
functions. Please say
uh,
events.
events. Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you're doing job and you may not attend all the events while
Hmm.
you're doing in a job, while you
Yeah.
are in a job. So
Yeah.
when it comes to retirement, after retirement,
Hmm.
you can attend any event which you want.
Hmm.
Uh,
Right.
yes.
Okay, right. The answer was good. So now that we are trying to, like, we have sort of understood the idea of organizing and also how to really begin the answer, the second thing which I would like to now introduce is try not to use and too much. I think,
And
yeah. Did I point out any such other vocabulary for and in the previous session with you? Or no?
no.
Okay.
Actually, in our previous session, we discussed about self-introduction most of the time.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so I might have not discussed that. So when it comes to repeating and, we tend to do it, especially when we are connecting the ideas. And when we talk about three words, and, so, and very. So these are three of the most repetitive words in English. Okay, especially when we talk about the basic English part. Now that we are advancing towards from basic to advanced English, so one word which we can replace for this basic word and can be, please make a note of it somewhere. In addition, okay,
Okay. Okay,
you
you
can
tell
even
me,
use
and I will hear. I
you
will
can
watch.
use the yeah chat for it, please.
Sure.
I'll write it down for you. So
Hmm.
keep looking at these words, then only we'll be able to use it. One is in addition. The other word that we can use is apart from that. Okay, we can use something like besides that. There are many words, right? But let's start with these three at first. All right.
Sure.
Keep looking at these words, please. So, what would you do after retirement, and how would you like to spend your life?
Sure. And after retirement, we have many ways to spend our life.
Hmm.
And first of all,
Good.
we have
First of
we
all.
have yes. First of all, we have time to spend uh, with our family.
Hmm.
And in addition, we can attend all the events which you want. And
Yeah.
apart from that, you can go to world tour also,
Yeah.
or anywhere.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm,
Right. So, I think you gave me this answer previously also. My question was that how would you spend the retirement?
sure. uh, Coming to myself, and after retirement, uh, I spend time with my
First, I would
family.
like to
First, I would like to
go. Yeah. Continue,
yes,
please.
first I would like to spend time with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition, and I visit all my relatives homes and all my relative houses. So
Right.
when I was, whenever I'm in a job role, so I may not visit all of my relatives,
Hmm.
so due to hectic work.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
apart from that, I visit temples which
Okay.
I didn't visit earlier.
Okay, okay. So I would visit is more appropriate, or I visit will come here.
I would visit, or I will visit.
I
I
would
will
or
visit.
will, both can come, right?
Yes,
Because
I
you're
will
talking
visit.
about future, so try to
Future, so I will visit.
absolutely. Okay, and also would will come because you're talking about a desire here. Okay, like when I say what, where would you like to go? So we like you're just talking about desire. Like first, I would like to. So whenever we talk about desire, also it's better to use would there instead of will.
I would like to. Sure.
Okay. Right. Now, the last question. So, one job, according to you, which has no retirement age bar, which one would be that?
Hmm. Actually, there are many jobs in market which doesn't have retirement,
Which do not.
which do not have retirement, such as doctor, lawyer,
Hmm.
businessman,
Right.
chartered account,
Right.
yeah, and many.
Hmm. Okay. Right. So I think when we were discussing the advantages and disadvantages, so we also have some vocabulary suggested to us. If you please open the session notes.
Sure.
So you would find, let's look at the pros and cons of early retirement.
Yes. Pros. First one,
Hmm,
making a fresh start.
hmm,
Early retirement enables you to work because you want to work, not because of financial obligations. Personal accomplishment becomes the motivator, not the compensation.
hmm. Please read the second one.
Sure. And the second one, de-
Deepening.
deepening personal relationships.
Hmm,
Retiring early gives you more time to spend with your family now. For
hmm,
many early retirees, that's the ultimate benefit. Time
hmm.
to reconnect with spouses, partners, and friends.
Hmm.
And the
Okay.
third one, traveling in good health.
Hmm.
An early retirement often comes with good health, agility, and stamina.
Right. Okay. Let's look at the cons now.
Cons. First one, paying for health care. You can't enroll in a Medicare plan until you are age 65 unless you have a disabling medical condition. If you retire at age 55, that leaves a 10-year gap during when you have to foot your own medical bills.
Right.
Typically, without the protection of an employer sponsored health plan and self insurance can be prohibitively expensive. Prohibitively expensive. And second one, leaving social security money on the table.
Hmm.
You worked hard for your social security benefits, but the earlier you retire, you may receive a smaller monthly amount for the remainder of your life than waiting until 67 or even 70. When you maximize your monthly amount, private pensions typically reduce payments for those retiring before age 65.
Right. Now, if you notice over here, there are pointers which are given. So when you have a moment to think and reflect, and when you're making, let's say, notes like that, so it's easy to make such pointers, right? But you can even do it in English. And actually, if you look at the pros, especially, so it's talking about all the things and all the ideas which were matching yours, right? But you can see the vocabulary involved, right? Now we cannot have like shift from basic to advanced vocabulary in just one day, right? We definitely have to start somewhere. So organization wise, I'm happy with what we have achieved in the session today, right? The second thing that we worked upon was finding a way to not use and too much, and we discussed some other ways for it. There are many other linkers for addition. Similarly, when we talk about, let's say, contrast, so there are words for that also. The basic word that we use is but. Okay, so we can use something like however or on the contrary. So this can be one way to achieve that advanced vocabulary part in our sentences and also have that organization. So this is usually how I practice with improving or becoming more advanced in English. So first we have to have an organized speech, then we can try and replace these basic linkers with some advanced vocabulary, right? As far as the ideas are concerned, as far as the vocabulary is concerned, just how you can see pointers being used here, we can also create such pointers in our speech, right? But yes, it would definitely take some time for us to practice. Okay, so the kind of focus that we have right now on organization and also on replacing some of the connecting words like and, but, so, or maybe we can say something like as a result, because, right? So these are some of the words that we tend to use too often, which are basic, right? So we can try and find some alternatives for it first to try and make our speech look more refined and polished. Okay, so this is the first way forward, and then we would later shift focus to the other vocabulary as well. Okay, that how we can sound more polished and refined. So yeah, I like continue to like find other words for and today, right, and try to use it in your speech. Okay, so don't say and,
Sure.
try to use those three words that we just discussed. So in a day we can only have focus on one thing, so today let's have focus on this thing. Okay.
So
Right. So thank you and have a great day ahead. Take care.
yes, thank you and have a great day.